Hello and welcome. This is Corel Mel with Key Lifestyle Solutions, Grandmother Raven Circle Lights Up the Sky. And this is your astrological reading for the month of August for all our air signs. Okay, we have Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. So, remember, not all readings resonate with everyone. Take what resonates and leave the rest. I do hope something is here for you this month. August is an interesting time. We have the 8-8 portal. I'm just shuffling up these cards, but before we begin, for all the air signs, we will give you an oracle card. And at the end, it is, we will give you an affirmation card for all the air signs. So, for each sign, I'm going to give you a reminder to make sure you look at what the oracle is and what the affirmation card is to sum it up. So we have the 3, time machine. So time is a ticking. This is also very interesting in the sense of time seems to be falling into itself, folding into itself, time leaping, time jumping. And maybe, air signs, maybe this is happening with you a lot. Maybe this is what you're noticing. So let's read what this is. Time machine. Earth magic. Time machine. Time machine. Inherited patterns, conditioning lessons already learned, cellular memory, honoring the past without being trapped there. We rely on stories we inherit from our ancestors, our families, our culture, and the world around us to construct a map of our reality. As we develop new stories in life, we build on those old foundations, repair them when we can, or tear them down to begin again. The best and most powerful traits and experiences of your ancestors are yours to integrate into your life so you don't have to revisit their hardships or rectify their mistakes. This is so true. You have a magical map with which to navigate your current circumstances. Look to the past for answers now. Ask yourself, in this situation, what can I learn from those who came before me? What traits can I emulate in order to move through this challenge in wisdom? How can I build on what I already know and integrate this understanding? What might I do differently? Sometimes you walk blindly into traps set in the past. Perhaps you couldn't see that you were repeating a pattern until you were well in it. The best course of action here is to rest, practice self-compassion, and make a conscious choice to do something differently next time. This is part of what I was talking about in the newsletter too, to stay in the flow with chaos. And sometimes it is just about making a conscious choice. And are we honoring the choices that we already made? Clarity will come. Remember that if you do what you always did, you'll get what you always got. History repeats itself only if you allow it. The most important thing is that you are becoming aware. You can make a different choice regarding how you respond to life right now. And every second of the day to be present, you have a new choice. Every second, you can make a different choice. Yes, things can be awkward and uncomfortable as old hurts are revealed and new solutions are attempted. The time is ripe for change, so keep going. Every step is important. Allies will rally, but in the end, you are the one you've been searching for. One day you will remember how your beautiful new story was just around the corner. So, August, things are going to move, but you also have to give yourself time to simulate and not to make knee-jerk reactions. Do not react. Okay, reaction is not good. Hold back, observe, listen. Be very conscious and very aware of your choices. Do not let the ego get away on you. that's a really excellent card for the air signs, because we have Gemini in, wait, Gemini, Mars in Gemini, or Mars in Libra. So we have some air stuff going on, a lot of mind stuff going on in August. So yeah, I find that fascinating. It is a time of review, and I think there's going to be, for many folks, it's going to be hard to feel it, because it's all going to be things you're thinking about. Wow. Okie doke. So we're going to start off with our beautiful Libras. And we're just going to get, okay, you want to give us those cards. We're going to do 3 cards at the top. King of Swords. Oh, wow. You are on top of it. The Hermit in reverse. And the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. All right. And then these 2 are going to explain the bottom. And these are also in reverse. Go. Strong opinions happening. I'm not surprised with the, the planets the way they are, in the month of August, and what's going to be going down. Okay, so you know where you want to go. You know what you want to do, but nothing is moving. You might want to go to the, your inner wisdom. So this is telling me you understand your wisdom, you hear your wisdom, all of that. But there's some things at play here that aren't meshing with what you want to do. Now, this could be you trying to manifest a move, like moving somewhere. But it's not in August. I'll tell you that right now. You have not finished your hermiting, and you need to look at what is going on with your income and your pentacles. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. Wow. What do we have at the bottom? The Hangman. This is what we have at the bottom, the Hangman. It needs a whole different perspective, a whole new look. You might have to start from scratch. Well, it's going to feel like you have to start from scratch, but you really don't, Libra. All I see here is that there's a lot on your mind, but you're handling that really well. It's not going to do much. You might even be thinking about the wrong things. Like, what happened to my manifesting? What happened to my dreams? Like, I want to move and I can't. There's something blocking your dreaming here. You're going to have to give it some good thought, right? Like, you're going to have to sit and meditate with this and feel the energy. I think the universe is also asking, is it the right time to be doing that? Is it the right time, Libra? I hope you went and listened to that oracle card, because I just want to remind you. Inherited patterns, conditioning, lessons already learned, cellular memory, honoring the past without being trapped there. There might be a big piece here that hasn't healed, so that you can move past it. It's big. It's big for you, Libra. I'm not going to lie. There is something here that's big. It's blocking you to move forward. If you're thinking too much, don't think. I think it's, here's me saying, I think what I sense is it's not about being alone. It's about showing up for yourself. And then when you do, you can show up for other people. And your expectations may be very high, what you think it should be. That has to go. That could be a pattern, right? Whether this is a work relationship, whether this is a relationship between you and your higher self, your ego is not seeing. This could be a family situation. It's like, it's good to set boundaries, but it's also good to open your heart to those who you're connected to and who you love. You might have to take a break from them. It doesn't mean you have to live with them. Doesn't mean you have to do what they say. None of that. But there may be some fences that need to be mended here. Work relationship. Maybe you're realizing something here that you're missing, and it might be in the work environment, the fast-paced work environment. You know, after you've had some time on your own. Maybe you lost your job, and now you're trying to evaluate what you want to do, and it's just not making sense for you right now. It will. August, we've got this Mercury retrograde, and this is what's gonna uncover for you, Libra. So, month of August, get out of the head. Like, you have a good, strong mind. It's not that you have. I'm also going to recommend listening to Christopher Renstrom's August astrological forecast. It talks about Libra, Mars in Libra, and I think this is part of the challenge that you're going to be facing. Listen to that. I have the link on my newsletter. And if you come across this and you're not on my newsletter, then look up Christopher Renstrom Astrology for August 2025. I know you're going to enjoy what he has to say there. Also, look at your moon and rising sign aspect as well. But this is not going to get resolved in the month of August. I'll tell you that. It's August is kind of like there's something being revealed, and you may not want to see it. So keep that in mind, Libra. Okie doke. Well, that is it for you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm truly grateful. Please like, share, and subscribe, as I said. Take what resonates. Leave the rest. Maybe you intuitively picked on something else from those cards. Then take that. Leave a comment, please. I read them. I'm always interested. And I hope that helps. And we'll talk to you in the month of September. Okay, we are now on to Aquarius. Boy, Aquarius, you've got... Wow, that came out. It came out like this. Yep. 5 of Swords. 4 of Pentacles. And 4 Cups. Oh, Aquarius, this is interesting. Oh, you're thinking too much again. I'm just going to pull the cards that clarify these 3 cards for you, Aquarius. Thank you so much for stopping by. Leave a comment if this reading resonates for you in the month of August. So there's going to be a lot of thinking going on. Something here, and it's taking me... There's some shadow pieces that need to be addressed from the past. The good thing is that the purse strings are opening up. And you're not... But this 4 Cups, so something's being offered to you. What was in a stalemate is done. You've got some new monies coming in, but you're still not seeing what's being offered. Okay, you're thinking too much. I'd like some clarity on this. I just want to point out too, make sure you read listen to the Oracle Time Machine, because this is like Aquarius, you're in the time machine, and there might be some old patterns and old things from the past that really want to go. So there's some things changing up with you, that you've got Uranus in, oh no, it's Pluto in Aquarius. Okay, that's what it is. But you've got some big stuff happening. And those 4s are like on the cusp of something you realize that you got to complete. There's being something offered to you you do not see. This could be a relationship. It could be a work relationship. All right. So this doesn't feel like romance. This feels like a work relationship, a family matter that needs to be clarified. So we've got the World card in reverse. We've got death in reverse. Oh, we've got the death card. Something is ending. This might be huge. Okay, 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, the Empress. Oh, and the 2 of Swords. Okay, there's something that's going to happen here that's very confusing, but what is getting turned upside down? Your world's going to get turned upside down with an event, a death, and this could be an ego death. This could be dark night of the soul. That's what this stuff up here is about, Aquarius. But there's some new resources coming towards you, and you're going to be birthing a new idea. This Knight of Knight of Wands, there's passion, there's love, there's all this creativity that wants to come through. It's going to come through. But it is going to be confusing because it looks like there's choices and you don't know which one to pick. That's what's showing up here. You don't know which one. And amongst in the middle of all this is something is dying and it's come to an end. It's closing. And this is the part that doesn't feel so great. But because it's ending, a new door opens and new possibilities come rushing in. And you may have to figure out what this is. This here, these 2 cards here. Wow, Aquarius, there's some big movement here for you. Ooh-wee. I just want to say, ooh-wee. Don't forget to listen to the affirmation card as well at the very end of this video. There's some really interesting things accumulating for you. You're going to are getting ready to birth some great ideas. Like I said, the only thing that's crazy here is that you're not clear as to how to unleash them and what wants to change. But there's some big change happening for you, Aquarius, on a side of things that you never thought you'd have to do. But here it is. This could be about moving up in a job and somebody else has to go in order for you to gain that job. This could also be you thinking about how you could create more income for yourself. This could be on the home front, taking more of a lead role in the household. Maybe you are the lead role as the woman, as far as taking care of the home, but now you've got some new desires and new things that want to be birthed. So again, look at what the old patterns are. Make sure you listen to the oracle at the beginning because it kind of alludes to what all that is. You had the most cards so far out of the first 3 that I read. So that's interesting to me. Something is definitely, there's a change, big change in the midst of all this. Well, that's for you, Aquarius. Oh my goodness. Okay. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm truly grateful. Please like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment if, I'd like to know what's going on too, and I love to read them all. I hope that helps, and we'll talk to you in the month of September. Okay, we're moving on to our Gemini folk. My gosh, cards. Okay, these cards fell out, so I gotta listen. Gemini. Page of Cups, Moon, Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, 4 of Swords, the Wheel, Fortune. Okay, I hope you listened to the oracle at the beginning because the Wheel of Fortune 10 is kind of like the time machine over here. Make sure you listen to that. The Page of Pentacles in reverse. So you're waiting for a message. Look at 2 pages here. So you are going to get some information. This might be a relationship that you're waiting on. And some secrets are going to get revealed about the shadow pieces underneath what this relationship is about for you, Gemini. Now, in a work situation, the job that you've been hoping for, you may not get the one that you went and applied for, but you're going to get the one kind of next to that because they picked somebody else for that job. So you wanted to be like maybe the manager, but you get the supervisor role. So it's better than a stick in the eye, from what I can tell. The Four of Swords is in reverse here. So you're moving out of a place of, I don't like my world. I don't like my job. I got to get out of here. I don't like this relationship. So if it's a relationship that you're relieving, not a job, but you are going to get revealed some things that you didn't know that were like a big reveal to you. The Nine of Wands in reverse, there's like, I just need to get past this one obstacle, but there's more obstacles there than meets the eye. The timing might be off before you can take this new relationship or this new job. And the Page of Pentacles, you're not going to hear about it really soon at all. Like the Page of Pentacles is more like book learning, and you might have to go and get certified in something in order to get the manager job, if it's a man, and if it's job related. But if it's more in a relationship, somebody isn't telling you everything and they're keeping you in the dark about certain things, but you're getting better at listening to what you know about this relationship. There's timing here. August is not the month for you, Gemini, to go and try to resolve these things. Something has to happen. Now, if I look at this, if you're older and you're retired, you are actually opening up to your higher self and listening to your needs. And you're hearing more about maybe your ancestors, some of the things you're connected to in your ancestral line, is being revealed that you didn't know before, that's going to affect how you do life in the sense of how you're going to heal some pieces. And it can't move until you discover what those are. So you got to go back to this oracle to see what that is. It's really important because it might have a hidden message or a hidden clue, what the pattern or the habit is, because it's preventing you from moving forward, whether it's career, whether it's a relationship. There is something here that keeps impeding that. And, you just, like, you're willing to look at it now, but there's still something very, very, in August, it's not going to move. Yeah, you have to figure out what this thing is that keeps you back. All right. Oh, wow. And let's look at the bottom of the deck. We do have the King of Wands. So if it's a relationship, this person is very debonair, very charismatic, confident, strong. It doesn't have to be a male. It can be a female. And, they have this strength that you admire. And that's what you want to be. That's what you want to have in a relationship. If this is a job, this could be like, you want to be like this, the manager that's there, that's leaving. You want that job. You feel that you could do it. But this person that you're competing with for this other job is better suited for it. Okay, so that could be the scenario there. But you're not going to hear about this in the month of August either. So there's things going down, but you might be able to figure it out and circumvent it for the month of September. It could be very true, but there's somebody impeding this change. So whether it's a person in a relationship that you're finally figuring out who they are for what they are, but that's okay because you're connecting in with what you truly desire. That's the important message here. It's just, it takes some time. It's going to take some work. Wow, that's very interesting, Gemini. Okay, so that's for you. I hope that helps. Please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment if that speaks to you. Share what's going on in your world. You don't have to tell the whole story. Just give little hints as to, yeah, it was great, and it's got to do with my work. That's all. You don't have to share everything. All right, so I hope that helps, and we'll talk to you in the month of September. All right, we're going on to the affirmation for all the air signs in the month of August. Here we are to get the affirmation for all the air signs. Wow, you all had interesting, wow, stuff being revealed, because it's the planets that are aligned right now that are aligning with the air signs. It's interesting to me. Conquering fears. So remember I said there's something really important in here? And so there might be a fear about loss. There might be a fear that you're going to lose out. There might be a fear that nothing is ever going to be the same for you. Whatever it is, okay? Conquering that fear is probably going to be the biggest challenge in the month of August. I confront my fears head on and discover the strength within me to overcome them. I am brave and resilient in the face of challenges, and I grow stronger with every fear I conquer. So one step at a time. I mentioned this in the newsletter as well. And if you're not part of our newsletter, just send me a quick note or go to my website. You can sign up there. I do mention in the newsletter for the month of August, it's being in the flow during chaos. And so it's going to seem like things are falling apart, but if you can remain calm and grounded, you can conquer these fears. And some of those fears are ancestral lineage, they're there, past lives, they're there. You know, sometimes we just need a healing. We don't know what we don't know, and you can't conquer a fear if it's haunting you. So conquering fears, that's huge for the air signs. If you aren't manifesting like you used to and you fear that you're going to lose something, you have to change the mindset. And the only way you can change those mindsets is changing the behavior and the patterns, as mentioned in the oracle. All right, air signs, that is you. That is it. That is all. That is the month of September. I hope that helps. And we'll talk to you very soon.